Hey, what's up everyone? Nathan coming at you with a quick, fun little discussion video here with just this basic idea. It's kind of been running around my head lately. And the idea is the title of this video, which is Ice Beam an underrated move? Now, at first thought, you're of course gonna go, like, what could it possibly be underrated for? It's just a solid move, good coverage move for sure, but like 90 base power, it's accurate, sure, it's good, right? In fact, I made a video a couple months ago talking about ranking every Pokemon based its attacking moves, and in that video, I ranked Ice around A, solid. And the big part of that was just if you're special type and you need solid special coverage, you can do a whole lot worse than Ice Beam. And in addition, I think it's also an important role in Bolt Beam, sort of course. If you don't know what that is, it's the idea of Thunderbolt and an Ice Beam can hit almost every Pokemon neutrally. There are some silly exceptions, but if you have, Thunderbolt and Ice Beam on a Latios, for example, you're gonna be able to hit just about everything just fine. It's really great. And of course, you're mostly leaning on Thunderbolt, which has few resistances except for ground, and that's shored up with Ice Beam. That's the basic idea in a nutshell. Great move in the games too. But as you can probably tell by now, what I'm leaning towards is this little bit right here. Has a 10% chance to freeze the target. Now, this is very comparable to things like Flamethrower, which has a 10% chance to burn a target, or Thunderbolt, which has a 10% chance to paralyze the target. But freeze is a million times worse than burning or paralyzing a target. Once again, I don't want to overly plug my own videos, but if you look at this video I also made recently, which is the best status conditions in Pokemon, Frozen is absolutely in its own tier. There's some contention on whether Sleep is as good as these other types because it wears off eventually. My argument was a Pokemon that is asleep is useless. It's fodder, you're setting up against it, you're knocking it out for free, you're doing everything you want to do in your game plan in those couple turns. Well, times that 3 turns by ad nauseum, as much as you want. You can do whatever the hell you want, with the exception being that with Frozen, you can possibly break out. There's a 20% chance as of the recent generations to break out. There are some exceptions, like Scald breaks you out, or if you can be clever and swap it in on a fire attack, it often thaws you. I think Tri Attack also has a chance to thaw you. There's some weird situations. For the most part, with the exception of Scald and some other moves, you are not breaking out when you hit with the Frozen Ice Beam. And to the point where one of the biggest criticisms I make when I watch older players play, watch newer players play the game, is look at a Pokemon Frozen and they're like, damn it, this is like an essential matchup. I need this Jirachi. I'm gonna keep mashing with Ironhead until maybe I'll get that 20% chance to thaw out, and then I'm back in it, right? But they'll just keep wasting time. It gets into a bit of sunken cost fallacy. Just keep doing it. And by that point, the game's gotten completely out of control. Maybe they're against like a Buzzwole who was swapped in and bulked up 20 times, and now there's not a way to stop it. Or maybe they went to a Volcarona and set up. Or maybe they just went to a support Pokemon and got Stealth Rocks and whatever, and they just wait for you to thaw at your own leisure. You're just wasting turns. And so what I always say is, similar to a slept Pokemon in Gen 5 Black and White or something, for the most part, you just gotta treat it like it's dead. It's gone. I'm sorry, it sucks. RNG is lousy, but you gotta treat it like it's gone. Same goes for Ice Punch, by the way. This whole argument kind of applies for Ice Punch too. Not quite as good of a move thanks to that weaker base power, but damn, that freeze be hitting nice. Anyways, I think you really do have to treat it like it's dead. And if that's the case, and we're treating this Pokemon like it's a dead Mon, isn't a 10% chance to do that absolutely ridiculous? Aren't we talking about this wrong? Like a 10% chance to burn a Garchomp is like, that's annoying. Man, that's a really important Pokemon. Now he's half as effective. Try 0% as effective. It's dead. It's gone. Again, in my idea, in perfect game theory, you should not be touching it. Even if you waste like 2 or 3 turns on it, if this was a 10% chance to sleep the target, it would still be broken. What are we talking about? Like it's gone. And now I'm exaggerating a little bit because it's not literally dead. Again, a big reason why I say that you shouldn't stay in with the Pokemon and try to thaw it is, let's say again that your, I was gonna say Blissey is thawed, but it's got natural cure. Let's say your Jirachi has gotten frozen. A defensive Jirachi's gotten frozen. You can still swap it in a Pokemon like Scizor as a defensive wall. You can still use it as a sack if you're trying to, let's say I've got a really fragile Pokemon like a Zeraora. I'm trying to get it in safely. Well, first I'll sack my frozen whatever Jirachi, and then I can get Zeraora in safely. Or again, just using it as a pivot or what have you. Because even then your opponent has to respect the threat of you possibly thawing it. They're not gonna just let you stay in with it forever. So it's not literally useless. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's damn near. Again, as a status effect, it doesn't get better. It's the single best. I'm trying to find it again. It's the single best. I think, hell, you can make it so that all of these get bumped down a tier and Frozen is one tier above. Maybe I'm overrating it, but I just think so rarely is my Pokemon frozen and able to get them back. Although I always mention the funniest thing in the world is when your Pokemon's frozen and then the first available turn, you thaw out an attack and it's like nothing happened. And both players are kind of like, not sure if they should be salty. How do I react? Anyways, I don't really have a finale for this video, just a short little discussion idea. But again, I pose it to you guys. Is Ice Beam underrated? A 10% chance is probably the best secondary effect you can have in the game. Think about how amazing Iron Head is with this 30% flinch chance. Again, Jirachi kind of abuses it more than most, but anything with an extra flinch chance, that's unbelievably incredible, because Pokemon that would normally be a 2-hit KO or 3-hit KO are now down one notch. You can hit him in 2 hits instead and get an easy kill with a Garchomp or whatever. Don't really know where I'm going with it. Curious to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you think there's any other moves that are underrated like that, or if there's any other move topics you want me to cover. Regardless, I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.